Nvidia is the leading brand in the semiconductor industry and is part of the greater information technology sector. So, what is semiconductor industry? The semiconductor industry is the sector that encompasses the development, production and distribution of semiconductor devices such as transistor and integrated circuit. The semiconductor industry is also part of two industries, which are software and service industry, and also the technology, hardware and equipment industry.
In 1993, NVIDIA was founded by three individuals named Jason Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Priam. Their mission was to bring rich, real-time graphics to personal computing, or normally known as the PC. At the time, this was a bold and risky idea. The founders foresaw that video games and multimedia applications would demand far greater computational power than CPUs could provide alone. So, they set out to build something entirely new, a dedicated graphic solution that could offload those heavy tasks from the CPU. This vision laid the groundwork for what would eventually become one of the most important innovations in the tech world, the graphic processing unit, or the GPU. From the beginning, NVIDIA positioned itself as the leader in visual computing, combining high-risk innovation with deep research and development. And that commitment would soon reshape the future of digital graphics.
This slide highlights the major product and service offered by Nvidia. Nvidia core product is the graphic processing unit (GPU). This powerful GPU are widely used in gaming and professional tasks like video editing and 3D design. Nvidia also provide chips robotic, autonomous vehicle and high performance computing. Besides that, Nvidia compute and networking segment focus on artificial intelligence (AI). This segment supports data centers and cloud platform with smart AI solution, helping business improve performance and innovation. Nvidia GPU are known for their speed and efficiency, making them essential in many modern systems. The company combines advanced hardware with smart software, leading the industry in AI, graphic, and deep learning. In short, Nvidia products serve both entertainment and professional market, while also powering future technologies like AI and robotics.
Now this section highlights the technology of Nvidia. Nvidia is a global leader in GPU innovation, powering high-performance computing, AI, and immersive graphics. Its key technologies include next-gen GPU architectures, Ampere and other low-flash power GeForce and RTX cards with real-time ray tracing, DLSS, and unmatched visual performance. AI acceleration, Tensor Cores, and the CUDA platform enable fast AI training and inference, making NVIDIA the backbone of modern AI research and deployment. HPC and data centers. OPUs like the H100 and DGX systems deliver world-class computing performance for scientific research, simulations, and enterprise AI.
For that, I will be sharing little information about pattern analysis. So pattern analysis is basically an analysis that studies the key external factors that influence an organization, including its element or factors which is political, economic, sociological, technological, legal, and last but not least is environmental. So let's hop on to our first external factor, which is political.
For political, US-China tech tensions, US government restricted NVIDIA's GPU exports to China. It affects revenue from one of NVIDIA's biggest markets. NVIDIA must redesign chips to comply. US government support. Beneficiary of US Chips Act 2022 promoting domestic chip manufacturing. Nvidia expanding partnerships in the US for AI and data center infrastructure. Federal funding encourages innovation in AI and semiconductors. AI regulation on the rise. Government are drafting rules for AI safety, ethics, and accountability. It may affect NVIDIA's AI platforms like NeMo DOX and Clara in the future.
So we're gonna move on to our next external factors in pastel analysis, which is economic in Nvidia's company. So basically, as a leading technology innovator, Nvidia's growth is closely tied to the overall health of the global economy. During periods of economic slowdown or recession, consumer spending typically declines, especially in sectors like gaming hardware, GPUs, or even enterprise solution. In addition, the demand on GPUs in cryptocurrency mining has proven to be highly volatile, which can be significantly impact Nvidia's quarterly earnings. On the cost side, inflation, material shortage, and global transportation disruptions are pushing manufacturing costs higher. This creates pressure on the profit margins and forces Nvidia to carefully manage pricing strategies, all while maintaining its edge in the highly competitive market. We're all done with inflation and cost pressure. We're going to move to our last main point, which is We're all done with inflation and cost pressure. We're going to move to our last main point, which is strong market positions and financial health. So despite all these challenges, Nvidia remains in an exceptionally strong position. It is proven in fiscal 2024, which the company achieved record-breaking revenue, largely driven by unprecedented demand in AI sector. With billion in revenue across data centers, gaming, and AI markets, Nvidia continues to demonstrate remarkable resilience and the ability to adapt even in the face of broader economic rewinds.
For the social section of the PESEL analysis, the customers of Nvidia can be categorized into three buyers, which are, firstly, the gamers. The gamers are individuals aged 13 and up who enjoy playing an array of games on laptops, PCs, and consoles like the PlayStation and the Xbox. These individuals can be casual gamers, gaming enthusiasts, or people who have made it their entire career, like esports players, streamers, and YouTubers. The Nvidia series they tend to use the most is the GeForce series, particularly the RTX 4060 and 4080 for the incredible specs and configurations. These gamers tend to buy from Nvidia because Nvidia can satisfy their need for high frame rates, ray tracing, immersive gameplay, and competitive performance. Secondly, content creators and professionals. Content creators and professionals are individuals aged 18 and up who need to use advanced and particular technology like high-powered gaming laptops to work effectively in their respective field. For example, video editors, animators, 3D modelers, graphic designers, and engineers. The Nvidia series they tend to use the most is the RTX A series for the precision, reliability, and high performance in professional workflows. Content creators and professionals tend to buy from Nvidia because Nvidia can satisfy their need for high-quality visualization, real-time rendering, and accelerated workflows like Adobe, Blender, and Unreal Engine. Lastly, but not finally, students and educators. These individuals tend to be university students studying in majors like computer science and engineering, and also professors who are running labs and DISET courses. The Nvidia series they tend to use the most is GeForce and Jetson for learning and CUDA for research and teaching. Students and educators tend to use Nvidia because Nvidia can satisfy their need for powerful tools for training, simulation, and project development.
Now, let's explore the role of technology, particularly how companies like Nvidia are driving innovation in AI. First, AI and deep learning leadership. Nvidia is a leader in the AI computing space. It uses powerful technology such as CUDA, tensor cores, and CUDNN, which are essential tools in machine learning and deep learning development. Second, partnership and ecosystem. To expand its innovation, Nvidia works closely with cloud providers like AWS, automotive companies for its driver platform, and university. This partnership help technological advancement and adoption. Third, chip innovation. Nvidia is always working on new chip design to stay competitive in both the AI and high-performance computing (HPF) market. This constant innovation ensures that remains at the cutting edge of tech development. In summary, Nvidia plays a major role in shaping the future of AI through leadership, collaboration, and innovation.
Next, for legal, export control restrictions. The US banned export of advanced OPUs to China. Nvidia created downgraded chips to comply. Billions in potential sales affected by it. Antitrust and competition law. $40 billion arm acquisition blocked by the US, UK, and EU in 2022 regulators feared reduced chip industry competition. It limits Nvidia's expansion via measures. Intellectual property risk. Heavy R&D means strong focus on patent protections. High risk of patent lawsuits in AI and chip tech. IP is the key to maintain innovation edge.
So, there are three environment factors that affect NVIDIA pastel analysis, which is first, energy use of GPU and data center. NVIDIA face pressure to make its product more energy efficient. Number two, sustainability goal. Investor and regulator increasingly expect a transparency on action on carbon emission. 3. E-waste and product life cycle. It was high turnover of GPU's hardware raises concern about electronic.
Since we already finished with our pattern analysis, we're going to continue with S-curve. Okay, so the S-shaped curve, or also known as logistic growth curve, is actually represent the embryonic growth, maturity, and also the aging of population over time. So the S shape reflects the typical pattern of project progress, where the progress tends to be slower at the beginning and at the end, with the steeper increase in the middle.
The embryonic stage is defined as the innovation and experimentation phase of a company. For Nvidia and its founders, it was filled with uncertainty, slow assimilation, heavy research and development investment, and foundational learning. This phase transpired since the birth of the company in 1993 to 1999. Starting in 1993, the founders Jensen Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Priam predicted that video games and computers demanded massive computational power, and to combat this, they would need to create a dedicated graphics processing unit known as the GPU to offload those rendering tasks that were normally handled by the CPU to deliver rich visual experiences in real time. This proved to be a huge risk to the startup's stability and reputation in the industry, as the PC gaming industry was still developing with crude 2D and 3D graphics, and the transfer of responsibility to CPU and GPU was not yet standardized. Furthermore, there was fierce competition from other companies like 3DFX, S3 Graphics, and ATI. Going into 1995, Nvidia released their first product into the world called the NV1. It was a multimedia graphics card that included 2D and 3D graphics, sound, and Sega Saturn controller support, but their approach was unique in that they used quadratic texture mapping instead of the industry standard triangle-based rendering. Unfortunately, the approach made the product a commercial failure, as developers found it was too hard to use and it was incompatible with DirectX, Microsoft's new graphics API. But the founders took this as a learning experience to align their products with industry standards and to embrace developer ecosystems. Continuing into 1996 to 1998, the founders refocused their efforts into triangle-based rendering to support DirectX and OpenGL as Nvidia released their next product into the world in 1997 called the Reveal 128. The Reveal 128 was compatible with DirectX, a key decision that brought software developers on board is used by big corporations like Dell and Compaq. This showed Nvidia's ability to recover, learn, and innovate quickly, as Nvidia had a reputation for speed, innovation, and developer support from around them. Ending in 1999, Nvidia released their newest invention and the world's first graphic processing unit, known as the GPU, a term Nvidia coined. The GPU made a lot of innovations in the PC gaming industry by offloading complex 3D computations from the CPU, dramatically improving frame rates and realism in 3D games. The GPU marked an end to the embryonic phase and the beginning to the growth phase of the S-curve, and transforming Nvidia into an industry leader in graphics.
As much as you already listened to the embryonic stage by my friends AISYA just now, we're gonna move on to our second stage, which is the growth, where it is located in the middle of the S shape of curve. Started from 2016 until now, which is 2025, Nvidia transformed from a gaming chip maker into a global AI maker, fueling rapid growth in revenue, stock price, and market influence. So the period is the steep upward part of the S curve, which is fast growth and thanks to big innovation and also market demand. For example, CUDA programming platform let developers use Nvidia for more than just for a gaming. Another thing is new GPU architectures, which is Volta 2017 and Turing 2018 brought massive performance improvements in Nvidia.
In maturity stage, the of S-curve market growth slow down as the product or technology reach peak adoption. Competition is intense and profit margin begin to shrink. Companies focus on improving product features, reducing costs, and maintaining customer loyalty. Marketing effort aim to differentiate the product from competitors. Efficiency become priority to sustain profitability. This stage is crucial for maximizing return before decline set in business. May also explore new market or innovate incrementally to stay relevant. The main goal is to maintain market position and extend the product life as long as possible.
Now for VR, growing adoption across industries. For beyond gaming, it's used in education, healthcare, design and military. VR training reduces costs and increase retention. Hardware improvements, lighter headsets, better resolution, faster refresh rates. Nvidia GPUs power realistic, low latency VR experience. AI integration in VR. AI enhanced realism, for example, dynamic environments and voice recognition. Nvidia's RTX OPUs and DLSS improve rendering in real-time VR apps.
Cloud gaming is often described as the Netflix for video games. Instead of downloading or installing a game, players stream it directly from the internet. The game runs on powerful remote servers called the cloud, and the visuals are sent to the user's device in real time, while their inputs are sent back to the control of the game. This means you can play high-end, graphic-intensive games on simple devices like smartphones, tablets, or even basic laptops without needing expensive hardware. Now, this is where Nvidia plays a major role. Nvidia powers the technology behind cloud gaming with two key contributions, hardware and software. First, Nvidia provides the graphics power. Their cloud servers are equipped with high-performance GPUs like the RTX and A100 chips. These GPUs are designed to handle complex graphics processing and real-time rendering, enabling smooth gameplay, even for the most demanding titles. Secondly, Nvidia has developed its own cloud gaming platform called GeForce Now. It allows players to stream their own game libraries from platforms like Steam or Epic Games to nearly any device, with support for features like ray tracing and DLSS, an AI-powered tool that boosts performance while maintaining visual quality. GeForce Now makes high-end gaming accessible and fast. Additionally, Nvidia's streaming technologies like Reflex and G-Sync help reduce lag and improve responsiveness. This means even competitive gamers can enjoy smooth gameplay from the cloud. In short, Nvidia doesn't just support cloud gaming. They help power it, making gaming more accessible, responsive, and visually stunning for players all around the world.
Next, I'll be talking about artificial intelligence or AI. AI is at the forefront of innovation, especially in HAI and robotics. One of the biggest trends right now is the rise of AI in various sectors such as smart cities, retail, industrial automation, and autonomous machines. These technologies are reshaping the way we live and work. For example, in the automotive industry, there are significant partnerships with companies like Tesla and Volvo, focusing on the development of autonomous vehicles. In short, AI is not just a concept of the future, it's already transforming industry and creating smarter, more efficient systems all around us.
In Nvidia's company, you see how people nowadays always choose and prefer to go watch films in a more realistic experience. So with Nvidia, 4D film can be generated and even look more realistic and even improve the realism and ambience of the experience. Why? Because the system combining motion pictures and synchronized physical effect that occur in the
So, for holography, Nvidia is heavily involved in hologram technology through its AI platform, Holoscan, which enable real-time processing of streaming data at the edge or in the cloud. Hologram technology is rapidly advancing in emerging trend focusing on real-time 3D projection, interactive display, and integration into virtual meeting and retail experience. Hologram technology is becoming a major trend across several industries, driven by improvement in computing power, optics, and AI. That's all for me. Thank you.